I get a little upset when I read this passage. So in verse 24, it says, the name of God is blasphemed among the Gentiles because of you. A couple of months ago, when I had my more online ministry, I talked to this guy who, he at one point was raised Christian. He didn't fully dive into it, and he sought other religions because he did feel a calling of God, but he was looking in places that weren't great. He ended up deciding on the Norse pantheon. That's the only person I've ever talked to that worships and follows the Norse pantheon, which I thought was pretty interesting. But I asked him what it was that caused him to give up on Yahweh, to give up on Jesus, and to give up on Christianity in general. And he told me what I've heard 1,000 times before from people who have given up their faith, and it's, I couldn't stand the hypocrisy of the Christians, the hypocrisy of the church. I've heard that a lot. Almost everyone I've talked to that's lost their faith, that's the reason they give me, which is really disappointing. And I think that's valid on their part because you have so many Christians, the majority of Christians, who say we need to follow God, we need to follow God, we need to follow Jesus' teachings, but then they deny Torah and they deny almost everything Jesus and God had told us. And non-Christians, they turn to them and it's like, but the Bible tells you to do this and you don't do it. The Bible tells you to do this and you don't do it. And they never have a good reason. They never have a good answer. They never have a good response because they're right. We should be doing what we've been taught, but we don't. And it causes people to turn against God because they see that we don't take it seriously, so why should they?